Enterprise Connect 2019 at the 8x8 booth. I'm joined by Bryan. So I thought we'd start with, you've announced some closer integration with Google around your contact center.
Yeah. So, it's interesting because the entire show is talking about machine learning, artificial intelligence. Everyone's got their announcement. And I think what's different about what we're doing is we're actually showing real world applications where, frankly, I hope my customers don't even know we're using AI to do it, but we start doing some really cool things with the technology that helps them run their businesses better. And so, we had a couple applications around really smart bots that can figure out how to route a call to the right department, the right, very first time. We have in the kind of the chat room space, the work stream collaboration, one of the big challenges is if you're an organization that adopts a Slack or something like that, one of the big challenges is finding the information you need to find. And so we came out with a Expert Connect product that, again, is using machine learning to learn both the employees that have certain expertise, but also what's being discussed in all the chat rooms across the enterprise. And then if I'm a new employee that just comes into 8x8 and I need to learn who knows about the sales channel in the Northeast of North America, I can actually ask the AI to go find that. It'll say, here's the people, here's the room where that's being discussed. And of course, we only collect that data from public rooms.
Absolutely.
So we're not scraping, private conversations, but really useful things that I think will change the way businesses communicate.
No, and it's really important, and as you said, you've brought that out in real world use cases. There's a lot of bluster about artificial intelligence and machine learning.
It's become almost a joke in Silicon Valley that if you write a paragraph on a napkin, you can raise $1 million in funding if you have a good idea around AI. So I'm really pushing hard to make sure we're delivering practical, usable applications.
And you've got them all around us. I mean, we'll have some film of the booth as well.
Yep.
You've got them all in action here, and customers are using them and seeing how they work.
Yeah, and it's great to see it not just applied to speech analytics, because speech analytics was where we first introduced the game, but again, all these chats, all these different data points that are real-time communications across all the different channels, you have to be mining all that data.
Yeah, and you talked about you've got the agent assist feature and some of the virtual agents that you can use those technologies for. And within the contact center, which is only one of your offerings, it's going to be huge.
Well, the other thing we are doing is decoupling some of the analytics that traditionally have only been used by call center managers, and we're now applying it to the entire PBX, right? So on the same platform, things like quality management that was just used to help train your agents, make them better. You can use quality management across meetings. Like what's going on in your meetings? How many people go to meetings where how many people in the room never say anything in a meeting? Should they be in that meeting? So there's a lot of applications outside the contact center that we think can benefit from the same analytics.
And not everyone's doing that cross-platform. We see a lot of innovation in the contact center, but does it apply to the rest of their platforms, whereas you are doing that?
Right. I think it's because a lot of the competitors we have don't have a single platform, right? And so they like to say they do, but they're actually using 2 or 3 vendors cobbled together, and the moment the interaction traverses that boundary, you start to lose data. And it becomes very difficult to pull that data out and stitch it all back together again.
Yeah, and your X series, as we know, offered all of those different platforms.
Correct.
One thing I also wanted to talk about was your new meeting application as well.
So we it's been about 5 months, acquired a company called Jitsi from Atlassian. And they were developing, Atlassian's video platform that was part of HipChat, part of the new platform. And when Atlassian decided to exit that business, they didn't have any use for that technology. So it's a very well-known platform. It is in the open source space, so we're also supporting the open source development of it. But it really brings 8x8 into a true modern enterprise video platform that we now own. And again, integrated into X series. All of our current customers will get to migrate to it, so it's going to become part of our meetings product. But it really does some cool things. It really scales. It integrates with YouTube seamlessly, so it's brilliant. So
I mean, I had a sneak preview or a preview of the platform, and it does do some really unique things. And in terms of the UI, it's incredibly simple to join a meeting, add video, add voice.
Really is. So truly one touch, and we'll be. The other thing we announced is later this summer we will be entering that room, a kind of huddle room, small conference room market with a standalone version of that product. So it'll integrate with your PBX, but if you just want to stick it in your conference rooms and start using 8x8 that way, you can certainly do that.